Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to the next lecture of Basic Electrical Engineering. So we are going to do the numerical practice, calculating the rotor speed, torque, and speed control of separately excited DC motor and generators. And this is the last lecture of your electrical machine part of your subject. So let's get started. So this is the first question that I am taking, and this is a simple question, but it will teach you a lot. So just see what is this question. So this says that a separately excited DC generator delivers 100 ampere at 230 volt. This is the usual language that comes in exam. Okay, so we need to learn how to see these things in real circuit. And the second thing is very much obvious, that the armature resistance is 0.1 ohm. So RA is 0.1 ohm. And what this question asks, it asks that what is the EMF generated by the generator. So first of all, let us draw the circuit. So circuit you can draw, easy enough circuit. So let me tell you that this is the terminal voltage. Okay, so and this is the resistance, and here is the EB, the EMF induced in the armature of the DC machine. So the thing to learn here is that always and always the voltage which is given for any generator or any machine, any DC machine, it is always the terminal voltage. It is not the actual voltage that generator generates. It is the final voltage that the generator generates. So this 230 volt is the VT, terminal voltage, not EB. EB is the EMF generated by the generator. And what is the second thing? It delivers 100 ampere. So if connected to load, then this is 100 ampere. Current flowing in this is 100 ampere. Now you can always uh, write the equation of KVL in this loop. So very well you can write it like this: EB is equal to VT plus IA RA. Just see. Okay. So VT will be plus minus here. Current is flowing in this direction, so you can take the sign convention like this. Now you can apply the KVL. Okay, so you will get this equation. So if you just put on the value, VT is 230 volt and current is 100 ampere, resistance is 0.1 ohm, so it will give you 230 plus 10, that is 240 volt. Okay, so now let us do another question. So this will require some exercise from you. So what is this question? Again, let us study. So this we are talking about 250 volt separately excited DC motor. Again, just observe that this 250 volt is not the EB, the EMF induced across the armature. It is the actual voltage which is supplied to the terminal of DC motor at the. So we will just draw the circuit diagram. So we can draw here. So let us say this is armature resistance. This is our armature. Okay. So this is RA. This is EB. I'm again drawing the same circuit. So this will be very much familiar to you. And this is your 250 volt. We are applying this much voltage to the motor. So now you must be understanding the difference. So this is supplying 10 amperes of current to this machine. Okay, and it is running at how much RPM? It is taking 10 amperes at no load. There is no load supplied by the motor, and it is running at 100 or 1000 RPM. So this is 1000 RPM. It is running at 1000 RPM. And what this question then asks? So another data is given. The armature resistance of the motor is 0.2 ohm. So let us write 0.2 ohm. This is, and then the real question comes at the last. But before that, the current drawn by the motor at full load is 30 ampere. Another data. So what this is saying? This is saying the current drawn by the motor at full load. When you have fully loaded the motor, then it is 30 ampere. So we have got two current ratings. One is at no load. At no load, the armature current is 10 ampere, and at full load, it is 30 ampere. Okay. Then what it is asking? It is saying that calculate the full load speed of the motor. So we have seen in the talk speed characteristic of DC motor that uh, as you go on increasing the load on the motor, the speed dips. There is a decrease in the rotor speed. Now we have to see here how that happens. We have to calculate how much exactly how much there was a drop in the speed. So whenever you are talking about speed, you will always talk about back EMF. Okay, so back EMF is directly related to speed. So whenever some question asks you to calculate the speed, then you must calculate your back EMF. Okay, so we have to calculate two back EMFs. One back EMF at no load and one back EMF at full load. Okay, so let us just see how the back EMF is related to the speed. We have observed that thing. So EB full load, let us say that will be depend upon K into omega. So this was the equation we have derived previously, that back EMF is equal to K into omega. So to calculate the omega full load, we must know two quantities, EB full load and K. Okay, so K is a constant which will always be, remain same whatever the load condition is, and EB full load we can directly calculate by calculating the by writing the KVL equation in this loop. How? Just see. So EB full load here will be 250 minus IA full load into RA. So 250 is the terminal voltage. So what it will be? 250 minus what is IA at full load? It is 30 ampere. So 30 into 0.2 ohms, the armature resistance. So what it will become? It will become 6 volts. So final will be 244 volts. EB at full load. Okay. So one more thing we have calculated. Now how we will calculate the K? So only one thing is remaining, and once we calculate K, then omega full load we can see. So K will be calculated by no load data. So we can say that EB NL, as we have written before, will be equal to K into omega NL. Omega NL is given 1000 RPM, the no load speed of the motor. EB NL we can calculate by KVL, and then we can find our value of K. Okay, we can put on the K value in our equation and find omega FL. So here you must see one thing, that omega will always come out to be in radian per second. To use this equation, omega should be in radian per second. So this is in RPM quantity. The rotor speed is given in RPM quantity. You have to change this in radian per second. How to change it? So in one round we have 2 pi radians. So it will be 2 pi into 1000. This much radian per minute. And if we divide this by 60, then it will be radian per second. So this is a task for you, that you give me the correct full load speed of the motor, give in the comment box, okay, and see how you have understood this question. Okay. Now let us do the another question, numerical number 3. So here is our numerical. So what this says, again we are talking about a DC motor, separately excited DC motor, 250 volts separately excited DC motor. And here one more data is given, that it supplies 10 kilowatt, that the DC motor can supply 10 kilowatt maximum. Okay. And this machine draws 50 ampere of current from the supply while running at 1500 RPM. So while the motor is supplying the load, it takes 50 ampere of current from the supply, and the motor is running at 1500 RPM. So the same circuit you can draw. The same circuit. Now what here it is being said, that this is 250 volt, the terminal voltage, then it is taking 50 ampere of current while the motor runs at 1500 RPM. Good. Now the second line says that the armature resistance of the motor is 1 ohm. So here RA is 1 ohm. Then calculate the torque developed by the machine. So here we are asking the torque. What is the torque developed by the motor? So here I would like to point out that whenever the a question asks you about the torque of your DC motor, you have always to concentrate about what is the current that is being taken by the motor at that time. Okay, because torque is related to current. Higher the current, higher will be the torque. So to calculate here the torque, full load torque, you need to know K and you need to know IAFL. So full load current is directly given here. The full load current is 50 ampere. So IAFL is 50 ampere. Good enough. But how to calculate this K? We need some data. So how to calculate this K? So we can calculate this K just by using the KVL equation in this circuit, considering EB is the EMF induced across the armature. Okay. So we will calculate EB. So EB we know that it is equal to K times omega. Omega we already know that the full load speed is 1500 rpm. We will convert that 1500 rpm to radian per second, and EB we can find from KVL, so we can find K. K we will put on the in the equation and find the full load torque. Okay, so let us just hurry up and do it. So write the KVL equation. How the KVL equation will be? So KVL equation will be EB will be equal to 250 minus IA RA. You must be now quite experienced enough to apply the KVL. This is a simple circuit, so it should not be very tough for you to apply KVL. That's why I'm not taking that thing into account. I'm just writing the final equation. So you must practice and just reach to this equation. Just not use the this equation directly. Okay. So 250 volt minus what is the current? Current is 50 ampere, and what is the resistance? Resistance is 1. So this will be 200 volt. Okay. Now calculating the speed in radian per second. So the speed is given in RPM, 1500 RPM it is. Just see here 1500 RPM. So 2 pi into 1500 divided by 60. So this is coming out to be 157 radians per second. Just put on the value in this equation. So your K will become 200 divided by 157. So it will come out to be 1.27. So we have got our K. So what will be our torque? So full load torque will be 1.27. What is full load current here? It is 50 ampere. So the answer will come out to be 63.66 Newton meter. Okay. So this is how you can do this type of question, calculating torques. Now let us do the next question. This is a good question. So this is the last question which I am taking, and you should understand this very well. Okay, so it will be having a good practice and interesting as well. So let us see what this question says. So same thing, the same machine we are taking as in the previous question. This is a 10 kilowatt 250 volt separately excited DC motor which draws 15 ampere current and runs at 1500 rpm at full load. Same thing as you have it was in the previous question, and also the armature resistance here is 1 ohm. The same motor it is. So what it says then? What is questions now? Calculate the extra resistance that is needed to be inserted in armature circuit, okay, to run the motor at 1000 rpm and deliver the same amount of power. Okay, it means the user want to now run the same motor at 1000 rpm and take out the same amount of power, 10 kilowatt. The user was previously having a requirement of running the its load at 1500 rpm. Now it wants the motor to run at 1000 rpm, and it wants to use which speed control method? That is voltage armature voltage control method. Okay, so let us draw the circuit. So we are now having two resistances. One is armature resistance, one is external resistance. Okay, so here it is Ra and here is R external. Okay, so here it is EB, and this motor should run at 1000 rpm, and we don't know the current, what will be the new current, but we know the what is the input voltage. Input voltage we are not changing. Okay, so just write the KVL. As soon as you draw the circuit, you can write the KVL. So what you can write, EB is equal to 250 minus IA RA plus R external. Let us see what are the quantities that we know. So RA is 1 ohm. Now armature resistance is not changing, going to change. R external we don't know, as well as the new current. EB we might calculate. We can calculate EB because the speed is given. Okay, the speed is given. Speed is what? The new speed should be 1000 rpm. So EB somehow we can calculate. So what is the real task? To calculate IA. If you can calculate IA, EB looks, because speed is given, so you can calculate EB. So the real task is calculating IA. If IA calculate, then always you can put those values, EB and IA values, and R external you can find. Easy enough. So let us do that. How to calculate this IA, which is flowing at this time when the motor is running 1000 rpm and delivering 10 kilowatt. So always I have told you, when you have to torque is related to current and speed is related to back EMF. So if you want to calculate current, you must know the torque. Okay, so we need to know the torque. So torque is equal to IA into K. Okay, torque is given by what? P by omega. P is the amount of power and omega is the speed. Power is equal to what? P into omega. Okay, you can, in the previous question as well, you can just calculate just to validate this equation. You were knowing the torque, you were knowing the speed, just multiply those things and just see that does it comes equal to the power rating of the motor. So it will come. So from here we can say that we know P, we know omega, we just don't know the K. Okay, so how to calculate K? We know that how to calculate K. We can use the first condition here, in which the machine was rotating at 1500 rpm and taking 50 ampere current, and there was no external resistance, just normal resistance was there. So in that case we can write we can draw the circuit first. So this will be the circuit. In this it is 250 volt, the current is 50 ampere. Just see, resistance is 1 ohm, and we can calculate EB and then relate it with 1500 rpm speed. So we can calculate here. From here, we can calculate k. We have done this process in the previous equation. So just see uh, in the previous one also we calculated this. So EB was coming out to be 250 minus 50 into 1. So that was 200 more. So EB was equal to K into omega. Omega was 2 pi into 1500 divided by 60. So from here the K was coming out to be 1.27. So K is your 1.27, and you know that the voltage constant is also equal to torque constant when the speed is in radian per second. So just apply this and calculate the current here. So what will be the current? So current will come out to be P, that is 10 kilowatt, 10,000 divided by omega. Omega is, the new omega is 2 pi into 1000 divided by 60, and it should be divided by 1.27. So this will give you a current of 75 ampere. Okay, so your current is coming out to be 75 ampere. So the remaining thing we can do, we can just put the value. So EB is equal to 250 minus 75. R is 1 plus R external. Just we don't know EB. EB is simple. What is EB? EB is K into 1000 into 2 pi divided by 60. This is the speed in radian per second. So EB will come out to be, EB2 is coming out to be 132.99 volt. Okay. So again putting this value, so what will be 1 plus R external will be equal to 250 minus 132.99 divided by 75. So it will come out to be 1.56 ohm. So R external will be 0.56 ohm. So this was a good question. Means if the university paper gets the toughest, it is framed in the toughest manner, then you will find this type of question. So this is the maximum level at which we can talk in first year syllabus. So thank you for now. Thank you for attending this machine lectures. This is the last lecture of machines, and it was lovely to have you. And so just put the comments in the comment box so that I can see that what could be done next. And please like and subscribe the channel of Tech Faculties, uh, and just share the videos so that other students may also get benefit. Thank you for